have many state boundaries, but Lila's parents took Lila and her brothers on vacation. Lila, you want to come up here and tell us where you guys went if you remember? Do you remember this picture?
No. It was like a long one.
You look kind of a little bit younger or little.
Yeah, I was in the middle, so I was like in both. So I think it was Iowa and Nebraska.
So she's right in the middle of these two states. So on this bridge, this side is Nebraska, this side is Iowa. And so she's standing right on the middle, isn't she? And then she has another one. And this is your brother, your younger brother. And he actually has a foot in Nebraska and a foot in Iowa. So that is super cool. So if you ever get a chance to go somewhere, because there's probably many places that have these landmarks, you certainly should try to get a picture there because it's a great memory. And you thought you went to Four Corners, but you couldn't find a picture for that, could you?
I looked through almost all of the pictures and I couldn't find it.
Okay. Matt, thanks for looking. So thank you for looking. Okay, Brooklyn.
So I went there before, like both of them, but I didn't get really like I got like to sit in the middle with a couple pictures with my dad, and my mom has to ask my dad if he could show the pictures because my mom doesn't.
That's okay. Okay, all right, so thanks for sharing, Lila. That's a great memory. Now, we have today and tomorrow math skills, and then we are actually going to be done for the year. So just 2 more days left. So we are on this page, and it's called, What is a Landform Map? Now, if you look at this map, this is North America. Canada's above us. We're in the middle, and Mexico's below us. Now, you'll notice something different about this map. When you look at this map, what do you notice? What do you notice, Journey?
A different color, and there's also Greenland, and part of the United States is kind of on Canada.
Yeah, like definitely the United States is up there. That's Alaska. Remember our 50th state, Alaska's up there. But yes, we have different colors. We're gonna learn what those mean. Okay. Sure. If you want to take on the surfboards, you can take this. Okay, now look over here. It says this map of North America shows the landforms on our continent. Landforms are the shape of the land. Look at the map key and find the symbol for mountains. It looks like this. So go to the key. Put your finger on the word mountains. Carson, what color are the mountains?
Yellowish color.
I don't think mountains are yellow. Look at your key again. Lily, help them out.
Orange.
Maybe an orangish, what else? Maybe orangish,
Orange color.
red. Libby?
Orange brown. Or yellow mixed with red to make orange.
Okay.
Ish.
I was thinking it was a little brown. Is it brown too a little
It
bit?
looks like tan with a little
Tan.
bit of orange in it.
Right. So it's kind of like a tannish, orangish, brownish, yellowish color.
It's all that.
Okay, mixed together. Okay, so if you see those, if you see that color on the map, that's where the mountains are. So put your finger on that color brown or tan. See where all the mountains are? We have some in the United States. There's a few in Mexico, but there's a lot in Canada. Okay? So it says a large area or group of mountains is called a mountain range. One long mountain range stretches from Alaska, look at this guys, almost down into South America. So watch Mrs. Murphy's finger. It starts up here and it goes all the way down to South America. And South America's down here. Can you guys take your finger and follow it on your map? Start up here, go all the way down into South America.
There is some in Greenland or Denmark as well.
Great.
Miss Murphy, it's cool how it does that.
Yes. Now, it told us to put our finger on that, and we just did that. And we traced our mountains all the way down. So we've already done that. Now look over here on this page. Let's look at these pictures. And this first picture says plains are flat land. So right now, go to your key and see what color the plains are. Kaden? Green. Now, I'm going to make my map really big. Here's the United States. Minnesota is about right where Miss Murphy's finger is. Do you guys think we live in the plains?
Yes.
Lily, look, Mrs. Foxy, real quick. John, do you think we live in the plains? Yeah. How do you say that?
Because it's all green.
It's all green.
With a little bit.
Sometimes some mountains, like it's half mountain, half green.
Yeah, and really in Minnesota, we're pretty flat. Yes, we might have a few hills, we do have lakes, but we're pretty flat. So we live in a plains area. Lewis.
I have two hills at home too, at my house. Now, there's a mountain in
This is the Black Hills. So this would be like where South Dakota is. And that's called the Plateaus. We're not there yet. Okay? Okay, now, let's look at the next one going across. And that's the Plateaus. Can you say that with me?
Plateaus.
And plateaus are flat and high land. Now, Lewis had noticed a plateau kind of close to Minnesota, but it's in the state next to us. If we look back at our state, Minnesota, we don't have any plateaus, but the state next to us, South Dakota, does. And who knows what, see that little brown area there? Who knows what that area is? And some of you have maybe been there. Kinsley.
I wasn't raising my hand for that, but wait. Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's okay. Wyatt. The Grand Canyon is more over here, Wyatt. That's a little farther away. Wyatt, try again. Mount Rushmore. And Mount Rushmore is in the Black Hills. And the Black Hills has very, 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 very high. It says high, flat land. So it has hills, but it also has some of these, especially if you go in the Badlands. Okay? It's called the Badlands. Addie.
So at our camping site, Kinsley's dad took us for a golf cart ride over by, so I'm pretty sure we were gonna go visit, Stacy and stuff. And so when we were heading back, there was like this deep thing, and then it came back up, and I fell off it.
Yeah, we always fall off them.
It was like a huge divot in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
Two
And
of
they're
them.
It was really
like,
cool.
yeah.
What's that?
Do you want me to take anything else out?
Just trying to think.
Picture.
Maybe on the bottom cupboards, you can take those down. And the top, if you want to see those down too. Okay, all right. Kinsley.
I remember what I was gonna say.
Good.
And when I was going to see my new baby cousin, I had to go through these like huge hills. They were like that, but like so huge.
Do you remember where your baby cousin lives at?
Well, it's not there because they drive there, and when we were.
Okay, so it's far away. Okay, Journey and Lewis, then we're gonna move on.
Well, I guess your hill is super high. You probably acted out like
Right.
stayed up a little even way higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you went on something high,
Yeah.
a super high one, like about 4 or 5,000 feet. That means
you know. I seen those red thingies.
The Badlands. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. The mountains are the highest land. So in our country, we do have those mountains, and those were the dark brown. And you would see a lot of those kind of like Colorado, kind of in that area. And there's actually some mountains over here too. Okay, so we have mountains on the west coast and mountains on the east coast. And Brooklyn, I bet your dad lives in Colorado and he lives in the mountains, doesn't he?
Yeah, he moved. So like we're going in June 11th when school's done, and so like we had a pack. I packed last night, and so we're going there. And he now lives up in the mountains, like up in the mountains. So when I go outside, it's like not like cold, but it's like a little bit like a little chilly. But like for me, it's not that cold, but for him, because he lives in Colorado and it's always hot there. And so, like, it's like there's like a little bit of like a snow up there because
Yeah,
it's, like,
because it stays cold. Like even in the summertime, sometimes it stays pretty cold.
And there's a parking lot because you can't bring your car all the way up there because it's very like it's sturdy, but it's not sturdy for like a car because there's only steps and you can't bring your car up steps.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take. We're gonna go on to the next ones, and I'll get a few of you more in just a minute. Now, the valleys are areas of lowland between hills or mountains. So a valley is like a lowland, like that dips down between a mountain or hills. And the hills, we know, are land that is higher than the land around them. So not huge like a mountain, but just like a little hill. And then the last one that we have is islands. And islands are land with water all around them. So like Hawaii would be an island because it's land but has water all around it. Okay, now let's read this and then I'll get to you guys in just a minute. The land along most of the coast is flat. These are plains. The center of the United States is covered with plains too, and that's where we live, the center, the middle. There are 4 New Direction words: northern, and Jamie is in the northern part, southern, Jordan blocked by the southern ball field, western, the western side of the house is lighter, and eastern. Eastern quarter is closer. You can use that when you talk about landforms in North America. Okay, now, question, Kaden, or something you want to share real quick?
Some people think the higher you go, the hotter it gets, but the higher you go, the colder it gets. Because you get closer to the sun, they would think.
Right, right.
Unless you're like going, well, even that, you'd have to like touch the sun or
Right,
get really
get
close
hot.
to it. Because even space is cold. Cause there's,
Right. Yes.
There's
Wyatt.
nothing in it. And about how Kaden said, like, and also there's like less oxygen because like
Yep.
above the clouds there's no air.
Yep, and that's when you go to Colorado and go up in the mountains. Sometimes it's hard to breathe because there's less oxygen up in that air. So it's a little bit tougher. Libby,
Is Mount Everest in Colorado?
is what?
Mount Everest?
Mount Everest. Is that in Colorado?
No.
That's not Colorado. But it's a mountain. Okay, Raylan.
So how we talked about like you lose air the higher you go. So my mom was born in Colorado. She lived there till she was 5. She did move back to the United States, but when she was 5, they were going hiking in the mountains and she passed out.
She passed out
Yeah,
because the air
they
was,
actually had to take her back down.
because it was so dense. Wow.
That's how high they were.
Okay, Carson.
I've been on an island before.
You have? What island?
2 of them. The one where I think it's the Liberty statue, after that thing.
You been to Staten Island or Liberty?
Yeah, that's like the first vacation I ever went and I was really little.
Oh, fun.
He went on the second, we found this island in like Minnesota. It's just like a little short area to the thing. We like hiked there. We're not allowed to camp there. So you go in the water and there's like a little drop off.
Yep. You can even have islands in Minnesota. At our gravel pits, we have 2 pits where there's water, kind of like ponds, And one of the ponds does have a little island so that you could take a little canoe or boat or go out to it. So even if you, in Minnesota, you can have little islands here. Not huge ones like out in the ocean, but you can have little islands. Remember, islands just land with water all the way around it.
Like
Abby.
Now that we're talking about drop-offs into the water, I was at my daycare's cabin, and so the water used to be like this army/thing, I don't know. And then so if you go over to this one area, like you can't touch.
Because it's so deep, it like
Yeah,
drops
it's
off.
like,
Yep, you gotta be
I've never
careful.
got to the bottom before.
That's a good thing, and like that's a good tip for summer safety. Like if you're going on the lakes or
Like in the middle
ponds,
of the lake.
just make sure if you're walking, it can drop off, and just be careful, be ready and prepared for it.
It's either like 400
Okay.
or 500. How do you have to
Okay, I'm gonna get Kaden, and we're gonna go on, and then I'll get you guys in a few minutes.
Have you ever seen this? A little teeny spot.
Right over there.
Yeah. You have a life jacket?
Okay, now let's use our skills to answer these questions. Most of the mountains are in the blank part of North America. So look at North America. Where are most of the mountains found? Use your compass roads. Where are most of the mountains found? Louis, what do you think?
West.
West. Now, do you remember the word that Mrs. Murphy used today? Western.
Western.
So we're going to say the western part of North America. So on number one, we are going to write west, but then we're going to say western part. That's our new vocabulary word today, western. The western part of North America.
We should have a vocabulary word of the day. Then we take a spelling test on it. Oh.
Okay, number two. Bless you. Is that for bless you?
Bless you.
Okay, number two. The Atlantic Ocean touches the blank side of the United States. So put your finger on the Atlantic Ocean. And what part of the United States is it touching? The northern, the eastern, the southern, or the western? Okay, so what do you think? What do you think, bud? Use your compass roads. The eastern, good job. Because I would move mine, but it's gonna make it all go away. It's touching the eastern. So the Atlantic Ocean's over here. It's touching the eastern part to the United States. So the Atlantic Ocean's on the eastern side. The Pacific Ocean is on the western side.
This one, number 3, might be a little bit hard.
Oh, bummer. That's all right. I'll redo it.
That's Western.
Okay, number 3. Mexico. Want to tell Riley bye?
Bye.
Riley, I forgot to ask you. You'll be here tomorrow.
Yep.
Wednesday, both of us are gone on field trips.
Yep.
You're with your friends though, and your kids. Will you be here on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Bye,
All right.
Bye, the best TA ever.
Bye, Riley. Bye, too.
All right. Mexico is in the blank part of the North America. So find Mexico on your map. And think of our Oreo sandwich with Canada on top. United States is the frosting in the middle. And Mexico is the cookie on the bottom. Raise your hand if you know. Where would Mexico be? What part of North America? Northern, eastern, southern, or western? Kinsley, what do you think?
Southern.
Southern. Good job. It's way at the bottom there. So that is going to be the southern.
Southern, northern, Atlantic Ocean. Oh, I think it's northern.
Wow, let's try to quit.
And this is my fear. The other United States and the whatever, that's milk.
Okay, number 4. I'm going to see if you guys can figure this one out. Many islands are found in the blank part of Canada. So where would you find the islands? The islands. Look at Canada, the country above us. Everybody looking at Canada. Tyson looking at Canada. Okay. LEA, in Canada, where do you find most of the islands? What part of the country? Bless you, Ellie. Get a Kleenex, and then you can. Briley, you answer for her while she's getting Kleenex. What do you think? Yeah, in the northern part. So I'm going to hold up Tyson's because I'm not going to make mine disappear. But look at all these little islands up here by Greenland. So that is the northern part.
Luckily, I know the master my desk.
Okay. All right. Number 5. The Arctic Ocean touches the blank part of Canada. So find the Arctic Ocean on your map. Lila, look up for the Arctic Ocean.
The Arctic. That's
Arctic.
That's a cool name.
Okay, where is that touching? Journey, what do you think?
Southern.
Yeah, I would probably think though it's more way up there, so I would probably say it's gonna be more the northern part. Yeah, northern.
It's northern either way.
Alright, done.
You know, I already know how I know that.
I mean, it's like straight up